Hi everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our session today as we continue with our discussion for the ICAG March 2026 examination. And today's discussion is going to be important because we are focusing on some fundamental issues that you need to understand. We are going to be looking at how you can structure yourself out to study as much as possible to put yourself in the position to pass the examination. Yes, we understand that on the average, you're a busy person, you have a lot of things you have to do, you are working, and all of those things, and you still have to upgrade your skills and become a chartered accountant so you can take your life, your career to the next level. So what we want to look at is to walk you through a master plan on how you can structure a study plan that is practical, that is made with your strategies, your objectives, so you can really make time to study so you can pass the examination. Now, one thing you must understand, as we say always, and you hear me say this always, is this: that you don't have to wait a week to the exam, 2 weeks to the exam, and start studying, or to start studying. You need to spread your studies across the 12 weeks, because that way you are putting yourself in the position so that you can cover the syllabus in the manner that is expected to be covered. Then you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination. So that is exactly what we want to look at, what we are going to be walking ourselves into today as we go into the discussion. Now, one thing you must understand is this. Listen, every subject you are writing: management accounting, public sector accounting and finance, financial reporting, principles of taxation, whatever subject you are writing, it's a challenging subject, but there is a way you need to structure yourself out. There is a way you need to study to put yourself in the position so that you can pass the examination. And that is exactly what I want us to walk through, to help you to structure a study plan that can work for you, so you can go into the exam or write the exam with confidence and pass the examination. Now, remember that our live lectures will be commencing on 8th of July. That is Monday, 8th of July. Did I say 8th of July? Can you imagine that? 8th of December 2025. And you can register to join our lectures and start studying so we can help you. You can go to the exam or write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. So let me bring up my screen quickly and let's get into the discussion. There we go. So how do you study effectively to optimize your chances of passing the examination? And that is what we want to answer today. And how do you structure a study plan that will work for you in the next 12 weeks? Because yes, we're going to be starting our lectures on the 8th of December 2025. Your exam is going to be in the first week of March 2026. So on the average, if we look at it carefully, that is going to be possibly between the second, ICA will come with a date, so don't worry, but possibly 2nd March 2026. So that's where you're going to have, or you are going to be, that's when the exam is going to be, maybe from 2nd to 6th, generally. So the question then is, from now, from 8th to that date, give and take, we have about 12 weeks there to go. So how do you structure your studies? How do you structure your life? How do you structure your schedules to ensure that you go through the syllabus and pass the examination? So a couple of things we need to understand very well as we begin the discussion. The first thing we need to understand is to be aware of, number one, the nature of the ICAG examination. Okay, the nature of the exam. Whatever subject you are writing, it is important you understand the nature of the examination, because that is what is going to help you to go through this journey. Yes, you might be aware already, but this is going to be on the average level 2, level 3, a 3-hour paper. Okay, 3 hours paper. Now, depending on the subject you are writing, we're going to be having questions coming in across the syllabus. What does that mean? It means you cannot sit down and say, oh, I'm just going to focus on one thing or two things and pass the examination. No. Each aspect of the syllabus, the examiner is going to be coming for you. So, for instance, understanding the nature of the syllabus also then linked to the fact that I don't know what's wrong with my give me a sec. Can you check? It's like, I don't know, my cable is misbehaving. Okay. I think I should be good now. So whatever subject you are writing, you must understand the structure of the subject. Then you can know what you're supposed to do. So for instance, if we are doing financial reporting, let's say you are doing financial reporting, the examiner is going to be bringing 5 questions. So there is no way you're going to say, oh, for me to pass financial reporting, I have to focus on just these areas and boom, I'll pass the examination. No. What do we have? We're going to be having consolidated financial statement. That's question number 1. Consolidated financial statement. Question number 2 is going to be in respect of the accounting standards. Question number 3 is in respect of single entity financial statement. Question number 4 is going to be on evaluation of financial statement. Then question number 5 is going to be the rating areas, the various theories that we must understand when it comes to financial reporting. If you take corporate reporting, it's going to have this a similar scenario. Question 1, consolidation. Question 2, standards. But question 3 will be also standards with some theory issues. Question 4 will come in with evaluation of financial statement. Then question 5 will come in with a specialized transactions in that case. So the first thing we need to know is, okay, what are the things in the syllabus? Then what are the structure of the examination? What are the things in the syllabus? What is the structure, let me put it that way, of the examination? If I'm doing public sector accounting and finance, okay, what am I supposed to know about? What is the structure of the syllabus? What is the way the examiner is going to be setting questions? Question 1 is going to be on the preparation of financial statements. Question 2 is going to be on the IPSAS. Question 3 would take me to PIFA, maybe evaluation of financial statements. All right. Question 4 would take me to PIFA and budgeting, which is the issue in respect of the overview of the public financial management cycle. Then question 5 is going to take us to those issues, governance in the public sector and the regulatory framework issue. If I'm doing management accounting, now I'm going somewhere with this, so stay with me carefully. If I'm doing management accounting, what is going to be, what is it, how is it going to be? Question 1 is going to be on performance measurement. Okay, performance measurement. That's question 1. Question 2 is going to be, depending on how excited the examiner is, we could have some of those models of evaluation and other issues, and some theory issues there. Question 3 could be on the issue in respect of variance or budgeting. Question 4 will be the public sector issue. And then question 5 will be short-term decisions. Okay, so this is the structure of your syllabus and then the examination. So you need to understand that this is the end results. Before we begin the journey, we must understand this is where we are going. This is the end results. So if this is the structure of the exam for each of these respective subjects, and these are the things that are included in the syllabus, then you have to know all of them before you go into the exam hall. You have to know all of them, because your inability to understand these subjects or topics well means you will go to the exam hall and you will go and fail the exam. So once we know that, okay, this is our syllabus, number one. Number two, this is the structure of the examination. Then what do? We then have to structure our studies to find out how we can bake all of these into our schedules to ensure that we cover the syllabus thoroughly and pass the examination. That's the key thing here. So now that we know, and again, whatever subject you are writing, you're going to be having the same breakdown for it. I may use public sector and then management accounting and financial reporting as a guinea pig to walk us through a practical plan on how this thing is going to work like. So once we have all these figured out, the next issue we look at quickly is to come to the study plan itself. So now we know the subject we are going to write. We know the syllabus structure. We know the things that the examiner is going to be talking about. What is going on with my slide today? It's more or less like my slide is misbehaving with me. So we come to the study plan itself. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can change something, because I think there is something going on with my slide. What's going on with my iPad? General storage. Okay, let's go. Sorry. It's like my iPad is fighting for storage, so it makes my write-up keep wiping off as we go. But let's go. I think I should be good now. There it is. So let's come to the study plan. Now we know the structure of the examination. We know the things that are in the syllabus. So how do we plan the next 12 weeks? Because if we are going to start studying from the 8th of December 2025, and the exam is going to be in the first week of March 2026, and we have 12 weeks in between, how do we structure ourselves out? Now, in the preparation of the study plan, there are a couple of tips we must first be aware of. The first one is to identify your most productive time. Okay? So when is your productive time or session? When do you see yourself to be very productive? Now, this is your ultimate goal. Because you must make sure that every time you sit to study, you are not going to waste time. Because there are some people who are like, Nhyira, I sit behind a book and, after reading for 2 hours, I get up and I cannot remember anything. Yeah, because you are not studying in your optimum time, in your productive time. So the question you need to ask yourself is, when am I going to be optimum? That's the first thing you need to understand. Now, in this day and age, you must consciously create this mental state as a person. Because there is a lot of things calling for your attention. So you have to create this mental state where you are going to be productive. For some of you, because of your schedules, that productive time or session may be in the dawn. Okay? The early mornings. And I'm talking 3 a.m. From 3 a.m. ish. That will be your productive time. For some of you, because of your schedule, your productive time could be maybe after work. It's funny though, but after work, you can relax about 1 hour, 45 minutes, and then you get some 45 minutes study time effectively to dodge the traffic, because even if you leave the office early, you're going to be stuck in traffic. So why not use that time rather to study? So it could be after work. For some of you, your optimum time may be weekends. Okay? Weekends. It's not now that you are going to be washing things and doing things. Could be weekends. So the question is, this productive session is the session where you are in your best state of mind. Because emotion plus information equals long-term memory. If you are stressed out and you study, you will not understand anything. If you are thinking about the bills, you will not study. Nothing will stick. If you are thinking about your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife who has cheated on you or something like that, you are not of your mental state. You will not be able to study. If you are sick, you are stressed out, and you pick up a book, you will not be able to understand anything. So the question you need to ask yourself first is, when is my productive time? And as I said, because of the society we live in now, you have to consciously create this mental state. That is very important. And you see, this productive time doesn't necessarily have to be 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes it could be 45 minutes. Heck, it could be 30 minutes. Okay? It could be 30 minutes and you are done. The question is, when is that productive time for you? Where your emotions, your spirit, and everywhere is in alignment. That's the first step you need to really take away from here as we prepare our study plan. When is my productive time? When am I of my best self? Listen, we don't have time to waste time. You cannot sit down and spend 2 hours to study something only for you to get up the following morning and you can't remember anything. It means that 2 hours has been wasted. But we are busy people. We don't have that time. So you need to sit down and plan yourself out and consciously identify and create that optimal time. That time that you are going to be productive. And as I said, it could be 30 minutes. It could be 45 minutes. It could be an hour. But you need that productive time. When is it that you could see that, oh, you are aligning, you are in your good self, then you study. And I say this always about issues in respect of women, right? The average woman goes through that cycle. There are moments where you don't want to talk to anybody. There are moments where you don't want to, the lady doesn't want to do anything. Everything just pisses you off. It's not because you are having psychological problem. You are just in one of the cycles. Then there are times when you are outgoing, you are creative, you want to spend time with people, like you want to go out, you want to, like you are happy. So as an individual, you must identify and leverage. Because those moments that you are down, you don't want to speak with anybody, everything angers you, That's your mental state. That's your emotional state. That is a hormonal change. You cannot do so much about it. Right? So the time that you are active, the time that there is a hormonal change again, and now you are doing things well, you are outgoing, you leverage on that period to become the best version of yourself. That is why I'm saying that you must create this productive time consciously if you want to really do this study plan well and pass the examination. But that's the first time. So ask yourself, am I an early morning person? Am I a late person? Or am I a weekend guy? Which one will work for me? Ask yourself that question. That's a starting point. The second tip that we need to understand is your study environment. If you are going to study, you need an environment that is serene. So where are you going to be studying? We need to work on that. For most of you, it is important you understand that you need a sane environment to study. You cannot be studying and somebody has put the TV on, is watching TV. You cannot be studying and somebody is crying around you. You cannot say you are studying and somebody is doing something else. No, you need a stable environment. So you need a serene environment. Okay? Very serene environment. And then you need to have the proper furniture there to help you in your posture. So it's very important. You are going to be studying and you must sit upright. Because if you are studying and you've sat like this, by the time you finish doing 30 minutes, your back begins to hurt. Now your brain is not focusing on what you are studying. Your brain is focusing on why your back hurts and how we can fix that back problem. So now you are no longer productive. You cannot study. You cannot remember anything. Why? Because your posture is poor. So serene environment, very key. Now, if you are a dawn person, early dawn, you can't get up and say, I'm learning. Then you pick the book and sit on your bed and say, I'm learning. No, you don't sit on your bed and be learning. So it could just be a small place in your room where you have a table and a chair. The reason why a dedicated study place is important is because it helps your brain so that immediately you get there, your brain understands that this place is for studying. So it helps tune your brain. That's the most important. And that is why if you follow productivity people and people who talk about how you can really optimize yourself, they will tell you that, hey, in your bedroom, you shouldn't have TV there. In your bedroom, your mobile phone should not be by you. Why are you not encouraged to have the TV in your bedroom? In your bedroom, you shouldn't be working in your bedroom or on your bed with your PCs. Why? Because when you do that, you interfere with the interaction in your brain. Your brain should get to the bedroom, and the only thing your brain will be interested in is, okay, this is a place for relaxation, so let's sleep. Do you get the idea? So you need to demarcate. And this is high-level productivity issues that you need to look out for if you want to take your life to the next level. So consciously create an environment. If your house is not going to be good, where are you going to go? Maybe a tertiary school somewhere, or maybe the boardroom in your office, whatever. Create a serene environment. Make sure you are using the right furniture to prevent any body pains, back aches, and stress. Because if you are not using the right furniture, you don't have the right posture, please, you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. So that is why most of the time when people tell me that, oh, Nhyira, I am learning, but when I learn and I put the book aside, I seems to forget. Some of the questions I ask them is, where do you learn? How do you sit? What do you do? So your study environment is going to be crucial. Number 3 is you need to know your study style, right? And get a dedicated book. Okay? How do you study as an individual, as a person? You need to ask yourself that question. How do you study? You need to identify. Do you study with images or pictures so that if you see something being done, boom, you understand it and you can do it? Or you are somebody who must read the thing over and over again before it sticks? Who are you? You must look at that. That is very important. So how do you study? What's your study style? You must understand it. Because listen, I can sit down behind a book from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. 3 hours. And what I can do within that period will be crazy. Because what? I'm locked in my environment. My posture is top notch. The environment is serene. I know my study style. And so boom, I leverage and I go away. Because I don't have time to learn things over and over again. So what works best for you? Now, the reason why you need a notebook is because whether you like it or not, you should be active while studying. There are some of you, you will say, oh, I am learning financial reporting. Then you pick the book and you are reading the accounting standards. You cannot be reading the accounting standards. It's not done anywhere. You cannot say you are reading the accounting standards. You need to get a dedicated book so that, okay, you've read something. Let's say you've read on IFRS 16, okay, leases. So you've read it in the book, right? So now prepare your own notes on IFRS 16. Don't just say, yeah, I've read the textbook and I have watched the video. No. If you are studying, you must be active. It means you should be taking notes. So you've studied IFRS 16. What is your note on IFRS 16? That's how you study. So you need a dedicated book to study. So if I've studied IFRS 16, okay, then there are some key principles I must know when it comes to IFRS 16. Number one, it is the lessor who classifies the lease as to whether it's a finance lease or an operating lease. Okay, what are the criteria that will necessitate or inform the lessor as to how the lease must be classified? Okay, then all those criteria, I list them down. Okay, the lessee has two options of accounting for a lease transaction: the low value approach or the standard lessee accounting approach. So you don't just sit down and read books. You don't just sit down and say, I have watched the videos. No, you must actively be taking notes. So again, when people tell me, Nhyira, I am studying, Nhyira, I learn, but when I learn and I get up the following morning, I can't remember anything. This is another question I ask them. Did you prepare your own notes whilst studying? I am not talking about the textbooks you have. I am not talking about the lecture video you have watched. Did you create your own notes? Because the notes you prepared from what you have read, from the video you've watched, is your understanding of what you've read. And when you do that, the writing engages, because the more senses you can engage while studying something, the better it is that thing is going to stay with you for a long period of time. That's the thing. So let's say I am teaching and you are sitting down there watching me like you are watching something. You may think you understand everything, but you don't understand anything. Why? Because you are not engaging as much senses as possible to optimize your chances of understanding what you're doing and putting you in the position to go into the exam hall and pass the examination. And that is very important. So know your study style. Get a book where you will prepare your own notes. And I emphasize this a lot. If you're a follower of my work, I emphasize this a lot. Don't learn without preparing your own notes. You need to prepare your own notes. Listen, Don't lie to yourself that you are brilliant. Don't lie to yourself and think that, oh, your brain can store everything. No. Prepare the notes, because when you do that, you are telling your brain that, hey, this thing I just read, it's important. Okay, although I have read one page, only 3 or 4 points are valid in this one-page document. So, brain, memory, keep these 3 key points in my head, and I have written it down. That is how you increase your chances of understanding what you're doing and ultimately passing the examination. So, number 1, what time are you productive? What time are you of your best self? Identify that. Number 2, what is your study environment? Is it serene? Do you have the right furniture? Are you making sure that you have the right posture? Number 3, what is your study style? How do you study? How do you remember things? Number 4, or still on the point 3, is make sure you are taking notes. And this is an important thing, because you see, one thing you must understand is this, and my brain coach, Jim Quick, said this: you must learn as though you are going to teach somebody, even if you will never teach anyone. Okay? Learn as if you are going to teach someone. See, if you can adopt this mindset, it will change your life forever. Learn as though you are going to teach someone. Do you know why? When you learn as though I know some of you say, oh, Nhyira, I will never teach anybody. Oh, Nhyira, maybe I don't know how to teach. It's okay. Don't lie to yourself. Stop saying negative things about yourself. Learn as though you are going to teach someone. The reason why this is important is that it increases your attention level. Okay? So you're going to now pay attention to details. Much better. Why? Because if you are going to be teaching somebody, then you don't want to bomb the person. You don't want to disgrace yourself. You don't want people to make mockery of you. Imagine standing in a room in front of 1,000 people and you are teaching them the thing that you learned. You wouldn't do it by heart. You wouldn't just approach it haphazardly. So you are tricking your brain to approach and see what you are studying differently. So maybe some part of your body will be saying, this topic is difficult. But immediately you flip the script and tell yourself that, hey, I am learning this thing so that I can teach my colleagues, so that I can teach my girlfriend, so that I can teach my husband, so that I can teach this person. Then you will now pay attention to some details that you will never pay attention to. And that's the first thing you must understand. Now, because you now pay attention, it now helps you to take strategic notes on what you are studying. Because you want to read, understand, and then put what you understand in a concise manner so you can transfer it to someone else. Are you getting the picture? So it helps you to take notes. And most importantly, if you teach the thing twice, you learn it twice. So it means you're going to have long memory. You're going to have long memory. Okay? You're going to have long memory. If there is anything I want you to understand tonight, it will be this: that whatever you are learning, whatever you are approaching, learn it as though you're going to teach somebody. It will change the way you think. You know, sometimes people ask me, oh, Nhyira, how are you able to, do this, teach all of these subjects and do them effortlessly, do it graciously? And I'm like, yes, because this is my job. Yes, because I got to teach people. So it means I need to learn it well and make sure that I don't screw it up, because I cannot come and disgrace myself. You get the idea? Imagine I am live streaming and the video is going to be there on all these platforms. I don't know who is going to watch me. So if I'm learning something to come and teach, I better make sure that I'm not coming to bomb you. And that helps me to retain information and to communicate and structure things in a very concise manner that helps impact my students well. And that is what I want you to understand, that it is a mindset you want to have. If we are going to be successful in March 2025, if our study plan is going to work well, know your study style. Make sure that you have a notebook by your side. And the reason why that is important is because you're going to trick your brain and pretend that what I'm learning, I will teach somebody. And just do it. Do it. What you are learning, you're going to teach somebody. And that is the third thing I want you to understand here. So number one, when is your optimum time? Number two, your study environment. Number three, know your learning style and make sure that you get a book and prepare strategic notes and study as though you're going to teach somebody. Then the fourth thing that I want you to understand on our journey here is that you must make sure that you understand the principles on each of the topics that you are dealing with. Expose yourself to practice questions, very important. And work on speed and accuracy. Some people fail the examination not because they don't know, but because they are too slow. You are too slow, some of you. So by the time they say 1 hour gone, you've not done anything. By the time they say get ready to stop work, heck, you've answered only 2 questions. And the results will come and bombastic. You've bumped. So throughout this 12 weeks journey, that this study plan that we are working on, whatever we are doing is to help us to understand the fundamental principles underlining each subject and each topic. Not only that, it is also to help you to make sure you expose yourself to as many questions as possible, because you need to solve a lot of questions, practice questions. Then the third thing is to help you to work on with speed and accuracy. That's very important, because it is one thing to understand the subject, it's another thing to be able to see a question and solve it in record time. There are some of you, if we sit you down and the paper that you failed and we ask you to write it again, there is a high probability that you may write it and pass this time around. All other things being equal. Why? Because you now have better understanding. You may not be under pressure. So this is what we're going to be working on. In the next 12 weeks, understanding principle, practicing questions, working with speed and accuracy. That is why I keep on begging you guys that, hey, don't sit down and a week to the exam hall think you can study to go and pass the examination. It will not work. Don't sit down 3 days to the exam and tell yourself that, oh, I'm going to attend some intervention class somewhere. No, it won't work. You think you can use a 6-hour class or a 12-hour class to go through the ICAG syllabus and go and pass the examination when over the 12 weeks you've not been studying? No, it's not going to work. You will fail the examination. So I beg you, the purpose of this study plan that we are working on is to get you to the optimum destination. And that destination is getting you to the area where you understand what you are studying. Not baba, not chew and pour. Because I've had moments where people are like, yo, Nhyira, maybe I'm a busy person. No? I don't have time. It's only the live lectures. No. And I'm like, bro, that approach will make you be on this journey for a long time. You don't have time. You create the time. You are busy. Do you want to become a chartered accountant or continue to be busy? You create the time. Then you must understand the principle, because understanding comes with exposure. You need to practice a lot of questions. Then you need to work with speed and accuracy. Because in the exam hall, that is what will distinguish the good people, the best students from everyone else. So if there are key things I want you to take away before we get into the study plan proper. Number one, know your optimum time, where you are good. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, you are stable. If you are stressed, you are tired, please sleep. If you close from work, get home 10 p.m., eat banku and okra stew or komike kena, sleep. Okay, don't pick a book to study. If you are brokenhearted, you are thinking about your boyfriend or girlfriend or your husband or your wife or somebody who has stressed your day, don't pick a book to study. Nothing will stick in your head. Sleep. Work on your environment. It should be serene. Your furniture is key because we need proper posture. Because if you don't get your study environment right, your brain will be distracted. If you don't get your posture right, your brain will be misled. So please, your environment. Then know your study style. Then get a book. Then learn as though you are going to teach somebody. Because that will increase your attention level. It will help you to take strategic notes, and it helps you to have long memory. Please, this is not Baba thing. It is a professional qualification examination. The way you approach your degree, your HND, your PhD, or your MBA, if you bring that mindset here, you are going to fail the examination. Because this is a 3-hour journey, and that journey is that journey is going to decide the outcome. Understand the principle, practice a lot of questions, and work on speed and accuracy. Then the fifth thing, that maybe the last one I will add, is you need to apply the Pomodoro technique. Okay? Apply the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique. You see, our brain can focus not so much. In other words, after 20-25 minutes, your brain begins to, misbehave a little bit. Especially if you are doing a reading subject and you are not really dialed in. So the Pomodoro technique is where you're going to break your study session into a 25-minute cycle. You break your learnings into a 25-minute cycle. What does that mean? It means that, yes, although you are studying whatever, it could be IAS 16, that's what you are studying, you're going to break it into 25 minutes. So after 25 minutes, you take a break. 5 minutes break. Walk around a little bit, refresh, then come back and do the next cycle. That is called the Pomodoro technique. The reason why that is important is that you are focused for 25 minutes, you are studying, pick strategic notes, you take a break, come back, go over the things that you have done, then you go another cycle. So the Pomodoro technique is going to be something that you must leverage on to increase your memory so that you can ultimately pass the examination at the end of the day. So you're going to use this because it's going to be helpful. Please, don't sit down and say, hey, Charlie, I'm going to study. Hey. Yeah, it's good. But break it down into 25 minutes. Break everything down into 25 minutes and it's going to help you. So these are the tips that you must understand to help us to prepare our study plan. So number one, we know the syllabus structure. What is in the syllabus? The structure of the examination. Now, number two, what are we doing? The tips we need to be mindful of. Now, once we have these tips and we are mindful of these tips, we then go to the study plan itself. So how do you put together the study plan? How do you put together the study plan? So there is a pro forma for the study plan available here. And it's a free document that is available. It's an ACCA document. You can just Google ACCA study plan or study planner and you'll be able to download this particular document. We are going to also leave the link under this video on the website so that on YouTube, so that you can download it if you want to. So we're going to be leaving that as well in that case. So let's come to the study plan itself. Now we know the structure of the syllabus. We know our key tips and strategies that we have to be mindful of. How do we put it together? Listen, as I said, we have 12 weeks to go. So we need to plan our studies out for 12 weeks. The goal of our study plan is to ultimately put us in the position where at least we are doing something on our own. Now, the study plan is not your lectures timetable. Okay? What do I mean by that? For instance, as I mentioned, our live lectures will be starting on the 8th of December, 2025. That is next week, Monday. And so if you have not registered, you can send us a message on WhatsApp and register right now. So you can start studying even before our live lectures so that you can get that assistance that you need at the end of the day. The main live lectures, that is timetable. The study plan is for you. What you will do at your time, at your own time, to help you to go through the syllabus so you can pass the examination. That is what the study plan is doing. That's the goal for the study plan. Okay? That's what the study plan is doing. And so, what do we do here? We are going to break everything down into 12 weeks. So let me pick one. I will use just one example or maybe two subjects to set the tone for you to understand. So let's say I am writing financial reporting. Okay, so I'm writing financial reporting. If I'm writing financial reporting, what are the thematic issues in financial reporting? A couple of things. Number one, the accounting standards are crucial, so the IFRSs. Number two, single entity financial statements. That is important. Number three, evaluation of financial statements. Number four, consolidated financial statement. Number five, we have some key theory areas that will be coming in the exam hall. So stay with me carefully. Stay with me carefully. So this is financial reporting. This is a breakdown of financial reporting. So if I'm writing financial reporting, what do I do? So let's say I'm doing two subjects, financial reporting and then public sector accounting. When it comes to public sector also, what are the thematic areas? We mentioned that earlier. The IPSAs are going to be there. The evaluation of financial statement is here as well. PIFA and budgeting is here. Okay. PIFA and budget is here. Preparation of financial statement is here. All right. Then governance in the public sector and regulatory framework. So these are the two subjects that I'm writing. So now I know my peak time. Okay, the time that I'm very productive, I know my peak time. I have set my study environment. I know my study style. I have bought my books. I've enrolled in a course. My mindset, everything it's intact. Okay. How do I put this down? Because you see, the purpose of the study plan is this. You don't just get up and say, oh, I have a timetable. Tuesday from, or maybe let's say Wednesday, from 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., I will learn financial reporting. That's lazy. Oh, Sundays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., I will learn public sector accounting and finance. That is laziness. Because when you are learning financial reporting, what in financial reporting are you going to study? If you say you are learning public sector, what in public sector will you look at? Because another thing you're going to be fighting with will be that you pick the book and you don't know which part of the book you should read. And that is where people come again with another excuse. Nhyira, the book is big. Sometimes you pick the book, you don't know where you should read. You don't know which topic you should read. It is because you don't have a steady plan. So now, the steady plan is going to break down everything we are doing. So let me go to the 12 weeks thing. So this is my 12 weeks flow here. So you can adapt it to whatever you want. The first thing is going to be looking at our days. On which days am I going to study? On which days will you be studying? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Once you plug out the days, what time of the day are you going to be studying? Is it early morning, after work, or weekends? That's the second thing. So, on which days am I going to study? What time of the days am I going to study? How long am I going to study? How much time do I have? Is it an hour per session? Is it 2 hours per session? Is it 3 hours per session? Is it 30 minutes per session? How much time do you have? So you pick that up. And that is very important. So the days you're going to study, the duration for each session, and then the time of the day you're going to be studying. Again, everything, it's on you. So you're going to plug these things in. So maybe you cannot learn from Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday. Choose what will work for you, and don't be over ambitious. Be realistic. Okay, I tell people this, that don't make it complicated. Maybe the 7 days, you can do 3 days in the week. It depends. Maybe even only 2 days. Because you see, it's not just about the quantity, it's the quality of the study period. So it's not about, oh, I'm going to study 5 days in a week. No, it's about the quality of those sessions. Because you can study 5 days in a week and still be bondelism. Why? Because the quality of the study sessions may be considered below average. So it's not just about the number of days you study, it's about the quality of each session. So work that out yourself. Which days are you going to study? What time of the day are you going to be studying? How long are you going to study? Once you figure that out, again, I'm going to just use a guinea pig. So let's say that I'm going to say I'll be learning on Tuesdays, okay, on Thursdays, then on Saturday, and maybe Sunday. So I'm going to learn 4 times in a week. Now, again, this is steady plan. It is for me. So I'm going to learn 4 times in the day or the week. Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing maybe 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, I'm still going to do around that time, 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. On Saturdays, okay, on Saturdays, I'm going to be doing maybe somewhere later in the day. I don't know, maybe 6 p.m. on Saturdays to around 9 p.m. On Sunday, same thing, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, I'm just using something as an example. You do your thing. Okay. So I've plugged in the time. Remember the subjects that I'm writing, right? I'm doing financial reporting and public sector accounting and finance. I know the structure of the syllabus, the structure of the exam. I know the things. Now I have also chosen the days I'm going to study, the time I'm going to study, and the duration for each session. Very important. Now let's plug it in. I have 12 weeks to go. So we go to week 1. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, okay, on the main scope of things, the Tuesdays will be for FR, Thursday will be for PSAF. Now, as much as possible, design it so that it helps you to fit it into the main lecture. So, for instance, if you are attending lectures from here, financial reporting is on Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's the live lectures. And so, in that case, I may want to learn financial reporting maybe on Thursday. Okay? Because I can't get time Friday morning to learn, so I can do that on Thursday. So maybe I can decide to spice it over like this. I will do PSAF on Tuesday. I will do FR on Thursday. So that period will also help me to go through what was done in the previous period. If there is any assignment to do, I will do that assignment on Thursday as well if I'm still within the submission time. And then on Friday, when I come to the live lectures, I understand, I have reviewed what was done in the previous session. Saturday, I'm going to do FR again, and then Sunday, I'll do PSAF, because on Monday, there is public sector. So again, I have selected my days. I have selected the time of each day I will be studying. I have selected the duration for each session. Then number 4, I have selected the subjects and I've positioned the subject on each day based on the main timetable and the way the live lecture will be moving. Now, is to get the breakdown. So in week 1, I have public sector, yes, on Tuesday in week 1. But I don't go there and say I'm learning public sector. So in that week 1, I may be learning governance and regulatory framework for the public sector. For FR, I may be learning qualitative characteristics and fundamental issues in, how do we call it? The IFRS foundation, those introductory theory issues. Saturday, I move on with the FR, still looking at some of the theory issues, ethics, governance, to get those introductory issues. Sunday, I go to public sector again. So you realize that, yes, I have public sector, but I have a specific topic I have written there. That is what I'm going to be doing in week 1. Now, this is why you need to do it this way. Because you see, now that I know I'm supposed to learn governance and regulatory framework, I have 2 options. Either read the book or watch the summary video in the Nhyira Premium mobile application. So for instance, if you come to our website here, opening up, okay, permit me, let me sign in quickly. For privacy purposes, let me quickly change. Good. So, for instance, if you come on our portal, now I should have shown you this in the mobile application, but I'm going to show you here, but you're going to see the same thing in the mobile application. So I come to public sector accounting and finance. Where is public sector? Okay, this is public sector. So view or read, I go there. Then you see key summary videos. Key summary videos. So if you don't like reading, you come to the portal or in the mobile application, key summary videos. What am I learning? Governance in the public sector. Okay. Go look for it. And the issues in respect of those introductory issues. You can see them here. Introduction to public sector. Qualitative characteristics of financial statement. So what do? I just click on it and boom, I'm able to watch it in the mobile application, because the key summary videos are not accessible on the website because I'm on the website, but they are accessible in the Nhyira Premium mobile application. And these are short videos. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 8 minutes, 25 minutes. So yes, I have governance in the public sector. I just go and watch the summary video. As I'm watching the video, what am I doing? I'm also preparing my notes. I come to financial reporting, the same thing. What topic do I have? Go to the summary video, watch it, I prepare my notes. This is what study plan is to do for you. So you are not just saying that, oh, I don't have time, I'm a busy person. We are going to spread the topics across for the 12 weeks. So that by the time we are in 1 week to the exam, you are in a comfortable lead. You don't have anything to be thinking about. There is no stress on you. Why? Because you have walked through the syllabus throughout the 12 weeks. You didn't just attend lectures, you also sat down to study on your own. This is the purpose of the study plan. This is how the study plan works, to put you in that position so you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. That's what we are doing here. That's all. That's all. Now, this is what happens. So maybe now I come to week 2, put the topics there, the breakdown of the topics will come in the same way. So maybe in week 3, I can start looking at some practice questions. So again, if I want some questions and answers on our portal, we have that available. So what subject are you writing? You go to your courses and we have the practice question course for, say, financial reporting. You click view or read, and this is available on the website as well as in the mobile application, the practice question videos. So this is it. So you could see that we've broken it down into those various areas as per the syllabus. So we have the accounting standards coming in, we have single entity coming in, we have consolidation coming in, then the executive vision masterclass for last semester coming in there. So you are learning an accounting standard. What accounting standard are you learning? You are learning IAS 12, and you want questions on IAS 12 to solve. And you want to look at how the solutions are solved. What do? Come to the practice question courses. All these are videos on that segment there, IAS 12 and IAS 21. Listen, this thing is work. The reason why it appears that, or some people think, or some people feel the ICAG examination is difficult is because people do not want to work. People just want to sit down and attend some intervention class, 6 hours, 12 hours, and voila, go and pass the examination. Nothing is built that way. The students, you see them taking overall best students, overall graduating students, did not sit down and attend 6-hour class and went into the examination. That's not what they did. They worked. They were conscious. Yes, you are busy, but you gotta create the time. And that is what the study plan is going to do for you. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that you're going to sit down now and make the decision. What subjects are you writing? Once you know the subject you are writing, The tips that we discussed here, be mindful of them. Then you're going to be approaching this whole ICA as though you are learning to go teach somebody. So if you are learning to go teach somebody, your mindset, your strategy, your approach is going to be different. Once you are mindful of this, we then come back into the days. How long are you going to be studying per session? And then what will be the time of the day? You make that decision. You look at that. Very important. Once you figure that out, now get the study plan and prepare the study plan. Now, definitely you can send a message to be assisted so you can prepare the study plan. Okay? So if you are studying under my mentorship, enrolling our courses, certainly you know what to do already. So send a message. And then if you need further assistance, maybe you want me to help you to structure it out much better for you, please send us a message on WhatsApp. You will be assisted so that you can go through this very well at the end of the day, because it's very important there in that regard. That's the idea about that. So this is the study plan. If you can prepare this and break down the syllabus into 12 weeks, so that at least every week you have maybe 2 days, 1 hour each of the days to do something on your own, solve some questions, go over some of the things that have been done. If you can do that and not give yourself excuses, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my siblings, and not give yourself those excuses, listen, you can put yourself in the position to go into the exam hall and definitely pass the examination at the end of the day. Because that is how and what it takes for you to pass the examination. So that is what I want you to generally understand here when it comes to the study plan, and most importantly, how the study plan is to be structured so you can go into the exam hall and pass the examination. So let me hear from you in the comment section if there are any questions for me. Something that you want me to comment on quickly, you can put it in the comment section or the chat for me. I'm seeing some comments coming up. Let's see if I can answer some of those comments, if possible. Let's see. Alfred said, you are doing great work. Thank you, Alfred. Keep it up. Okay. You are impacting people you have no idea about. Please never stop no matter the reason. Thank you very much, Alfred. I'm going to try and keep going. Definitely. Esther UB said, nice job. Okay, Esther, thank you. A time is coming when you will appear on international TV to teach and impact life. It shall surely come to pass. Amen. Thanks for that. David Kotonate said, I'm enjoying the lecture. Okay, David, thanks for joining us here. This is coming from X. What's that? I say bondelism. Yeah. You don't know bondelism, eh? Bondelism is simply your inability to remember what you have studied, so you end up failing the exam. That's where start on X for us there. Abraham Pese said, great job, coach. Okay, Abraham, thanks very much. Any other questions for me? Any other questions? Remember, our lectures will be starting from Monday, okay? We are going live on Monday with our live lectures for the March 2025 examination. So if you are preparing to sit for the March 2025 examination, don't hesitate. Register now. Join our community. We're going to be having our orientation session coming up over the weekend, Sunday. Then on Monday, our live lectures will be starting. And it's going to be a session where we're going to be running in the next 12 weeks with mentorship, guidelines, and putting you in that position mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. So make sure you register. And if there are any other questions you have, certainly you can send us a message on WhatsApp 050-114-9296, or you can call us directly if you need any assistance, or check the link below this video and visit our website, nhyirapremium.com. You can also download the Nhyira Premium mobile application, because if you download the Nhyira Premium mobile application, you get access to the content as well available in the Nhyira Premium mobile application. The same name you see on the page, wherever you are watching from, the same name, just type it on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and you'll be able to get access to the mobile application and get those contents so you can prepare well for the examination. All right, so that is it about that. And these are some of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention today. God willing, tomorrow, I think we're going to be having a session where we are going to really get ourselves into some of the key subject issues and the topics, and start with some of the masterclass discussions as quickly as possible. So make sure you stay connected. If you have not subscribed, follow or like, make sure you subscribe, follow, and like, and turn on the notification and stay connected so that when we go live and we share content on various other issues, you will be notified. Also, share the channel, share the page, share the profile with other people so that we can help reach as many students as possible. Our goal is to get people to become transformed generally, because the goal is that I believe that if we can transform your mindset, help you to achieve your goal, you will become somebody who is a significant person and have control over your life. Because you see, the most difficult thing in life is to be at the mercy of people. The most difficult thing in life is not to have the capacity to buy the thing that you want to buy, go to the place that you want to go, do what you really want to do, and what will give you the peace of mind. That is the most devastating prison to be at. And so our goal here at the Nhyira Premium Organization, with the things that we do, videos we post, content we post, and everything we share, is to empower you in such a manner that you have a transformed mindset, then build you with the skills that you need so that you can definitely become successful and become a useful person in the society. And so if this is a vision you support, this is something that you see yourself in, then definitely make sure you share the page so that we can reach as many people as possible and help many people across the globe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you same time tomorrow as we continue with our discussion towards the March 2025 examination. Again, if there are any questions you have, hit us on WhatsApp 050-114-9296, or give us a call and you will definitely be assisted. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you same time in the next episode. Bye-bye.